everyone, and welcome to Behind the Brand podcast, where we bring you to the real stories behind the businesses you love. I'm the host, Sari Vaz, owner and founder of Rejuva Candles and Skin Glow. And today I have a special and a great friend of mine, a beautiful business owner, Abi Bermudez from Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Woo, woo, woo.
Hi, Abby.
Hi, Sari.
Hi, thank you for being with me here today and taking some of your
Thank you for
time.
having me.
No, of course, absolutely. So just want to introduce you, obviously, and also if you want to take some time to tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, and the companies that right now you're running. I know you're a busy woman.
Yes. Well, first of all, thank you so much, Sari, for having me on your podcast. I'm so excited to be here, and I'm so proud of you. I'm rooting for you 1,000,000%, because if anybody can make it, I know that you can. So I'm super excited for this journey for you, and I'm so proud of you. And so about me, my name is Abi Bermudez. I'm out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. I am a serial entrepreneur. I love finding problems that I can solve, and I like educating myself so that I can educate my community. So here I run NaviLexis Solutions, which is an insurance brokerage. We focus on health insurance, which is Medicare, marketplace, and small group health. And then we also do startups. So we help you start up your business, all the legal structure, and like your registration of your company, including like your EINs, but also like your business plans. If you're planning to get a loan through a bank, we create a business plan that is specific for bank loans. So it's to get you approved. And then we also have another company. It's called Crm Ado, and it's a customer relationship management system for entrepreneurs. It's like a full back office suite for entrepreneurs. So it includes everything from your website to taking payments to calendar reminders. It integrates with your Gmail calendar, kind of like Calendly. It's literally like an all-in-one back office suite. And then we also have a 918 She Connects. I'm co-founder. 918 She Connects is a networking event that we created last year to boost our local economy. So the goal is to go to local restaurants. It has to be mom and pop's local restaurants. And we pack it up on their slowest day. So we had 4 events last year. The first event, we had 25 people that showed up, and 2 of the people that showed up are actually now partners. They're my co-founders, because then we decided to make this a thing. So that shows you that if you show up, even sometimes you just have to show up, get into the door, because you never know what's waiting for you when you walk in. You know, when the 2 girls walked in, Mariana and Malta, they own their own marketing agency, but they do marketing for restaurants. And they're like, Abby, we would love to partner with you. This is a great movement. How can we help? And I'm like, girls, yes, I need all the help I can get. Come join me, you know? And so together we've created 918 She Connects. It used to be called Tulsa Women's Lunch, and now it's 918 She Connects. We've done now 5 events, and all events have been extremely successful. So it's a great movement. And then our last baby, it is Lex. Well, last baby for now. It is Lex Testing Solutions, and this one has been under wraps for almost a year now that we've been working on creating it, because it's basically working with government entities. So we would be doing DNA and drug testing for court offices, hospital. We're like the vendor. We're like the middleman. And so we had to get labs. That was a process. You know, there's not many places that you can get DOT certified for this type of exam. So it was a process, but we're almost at the cross line. We've got everything ready to go. We're just waiting on one more thing. So we're thinking that May 1st is going to be launch day, which is also my husband's birthday. And so because this is our partnership business that we both equally own, we figured that we'd make it extra special and launch it on his birthday. We have 2 contractors that work, like 1099 contractors that work underneath Lex Testing. But yeah, pretty much that's who I am. I'm a mom. I'm a mom of 2 beautiful babies. I have a 20-year-old son, a 15-year-old daughter, forever my babies, no matter how old they get. Yeah. And I have a husband. I have one of those, and I've been married for 21 years. So God has been good. He's been so gracious with me. Literally, I've worked my way up, and with God's grace, he's been my plug. So when people ask me, like, who are your connections? Who are God?
Yeah.
If you want to have talk to God. He's the big man. He's the one that gives me all my connects. I know what to tell you, but yeah, I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be where I'm at if it wasn't because of God's grace and him opening up all the doors for me. So I'm extremely
Absolutely.
grateful. Yeah, and I'll continue to do
Absolutely.
whatever he opens up for me, you know?
hmm So I just want to ask you a few questions, okay?
Mhm. Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
of course, you are a go-getter. Since I've known you, you've always been a go-getter, and I love you for that. And so, out of all these businesses, I know in the beginning when you first started thinking, I could do this. Like I want to go be my own boss, do my own thing. What really inspired you to do that? Like, what was the moment that you feel that initiated that for you?
So I would say the entrepreneur bug bit me in 2012 when I started college. And it was just like, I don't know. My mind got open to so many new things that I just
hmm
didn't know. You know, you go into college. I mean, like talk about a little bit of my background. You know, I'm a girl from Providence, Rhode Island. I grew up in Chabron Projects. We come from affordable housing, Section 8. You know, like college was not really something that I had planned for myself. I was always in survival mode, you know, growing up.
hmm
And so when I went to college, it exposed me. I was already a mom of two, married and everything, and working full time, but I went to college and that exposed me to so many different new ideas and different ways of making money. But I tried and tried and tried because even though NaviLexis, which is the main company of mine right now, it is a six-figure company. The other companies are gonna get there too, you know, but
Absolutely.
it took a lot of time. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It was really hard. And when COVID happened, that was like my okay, I have to figure this out
hmm
because when COVID happened, I had already tried multiple companies. I mean, listen, girlfriend, we did cakes, we did tutus, we did hair bows, whatever we can do to sell, we did it. Okay. I cleaned toilets, I did everything. You know, we did commercial cleaning for a while. I mean, we just tried so many different things. And when things didn't work out, we kind of just like brushed it off. What did we learn from it? How can we do it better? And then keep going, you know? But when COVID happened, I was working in an oil and gas company. I had a senior position. I was making really good money. And then COVID happened and they took away part of our pay, but we got double the work because they let go of 40% of the workforce, kept 60%. And so the people that stayed had to make
hmm
up, you know, the work. And then I'm like, hold on. I have worked so hard to get here, to get to the salary. And just like that, they could just take it away from me.
Yeah.
And that really was like, I think my real push that I was like, no, I need to secure my own money, my own finances. And so that was literally what started the real hardcore entrepreneurship that I was like, nah, we got to figure this
This
out one
is
way or another. Something
it.
has to, yeah. But that's what it was. It was COVID and the idea that, yeah, you work for a corporate company, you have your education, you know, you've worked your way up, but just like that, they can take it away from you one day to the next and you have no say about it, you know? So that's literally what made me go this route.
Incredible. Yes. And even though you're a go getter and you always, I know you push yourself and motivate yourself, and you're a very structured person when it comes to your businesses and your life, have there been moments that you feel like quitting or giving
Absolutely.
up and be like, you know what, never mind?
Absolutely. Every day. Every day. No, that first year, it was almost every day. I'm not gonna lie. That first year, I would wake up, I would take a shower, I would go out and do what I said I was gonna do. I would show up to the meetings that I was supposed to show up to. I would meet with the clients that I needed to meet with. I would do what I say I was gonna do, but I would come home beat up every day. Every day
hmm
I would come home mentally, emotionally beat up because mind you, I told you that I left the company that I was making a good salary, a steady income, right?
Yep.
And then I go to entrepreneurship, working for myself, not steady income. One month you're rich, the next month you're poor, you know? So it was really hard. It was
hmm
really hard. So I would come home every day and I would go almost straight to the shower. Sometimes I would be able to say hi to the family, but almost always I couldn't. Almost always I had to go straight to the shower. And my husband is Alex, and he would come in and he'd be like, "You need some tea? You want me to get you some tea?" Because I'd be in the shower crying, crying, like, why did I do this? Why did I quit my job? But then I was
yeah.
like, I couldn't let the world know that I felt that way, right? So it wasn't that I was faking it until I made it. No, I was showing up. I was doing the work. I was feeling the feelings. I was emotional through it, but then I kept going. So,
Hmm.
there's a saying like fake it till you make it. Maybe fake it in the sense that you don't let everybody know all the struggles that you're going through through that moment, right? But for yourself, don't fake it. Feel those
Hmm.
emotions because
Exactly.
those days that you get super beat up and you're really questioning, like, man, why did I do this? Like, God, why did you like me? This is what I would say. God, why you make me feel I could do this if I can't do this? Why you make me believe that I could do this? And that was like, I would literally say that to God almost every day, Sari. When I would get into my shower, I'm like, God, am I crazy? Why would you let me quit my job if this is not for me?
Hmm.
And then the next day, I would do it again, and I kept doing it and kept doing it. And thank God, because I am so far from when I started. Yes, I'm nowhere near where I
Absolutely.
want to be, but I've been able to. I'll say this, show up for yourself even when it's hard. Like those days that are hard, that you just don't even want to get out of bed, take a shower, drink your coffee. If you drink coffee or whatever you do, drink your vitamins and show up. Show up for yourself because
Yep.
when you show up for yourself, everything else follows. You know what I mean? And
Absolutely. Yes.
you might have to show up with a black eye because life just beat you up. But that's okay. You put some makeup on that black eye, you keep going.
Hmm.
But I say just, yes, I'm not going to lie and say, oh, no, I've never thought of quitting. Listen, that's a lie. I thought of
Hmm.
quitting a lot of times, but thank God I never
Absolutely.
did.
Exactly. So another question: when those moments that are hard and you start doubting, why did I do this?
Mhm.
What's even the point of me doing this? This is too hard, right?
Mhm.
What got you? I know you said God, the faith, and feeling, and also, did you have support from your family? Do you have support from
Yeah,
friends?
at
Do you
my
think that makes a
family,
difference?
absolutely. And I had support from my husband and my kids and my extended family that lives here in Oklahoma, but I felt like it was, I don't know, I'm very hard on myself. And so I promised myself that I was going to leave a legacy for my kids. I wanted to leave a financial legacy when they get older. I want them to be able to stand on their own. And so I knew that if I didn't do it, nobody else was going to do it for them. And
Hmm.
so that was my fire. My fire was that I wanted to secure my grandchildren, my children. I don't have no grandkids yet, but my future grandchildren. I want to
Yeah,
secure their future, right? And
absolutely.
so I knew that if I didn't do it, nobody was going to do it for us. So literally, it was like my promise to myself was what kept me going.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
literally what it was. I mean, yeah, I had the support of my husband and my kids and all that, but let's be real. Everybody has their own. There's days that maybe my husband couldn't be supportive because maybe he was in his own mind. Maybe my
Yeah.
kids have their own thing going on, and you can't rely on somebody else. You have to find it within yourself sometimes to
Yes.
just be like, you know what? This is a promise that I made to myself. This is an agreement that I have with myself. And if your word is not worth anything to anybody else, it needs to be worth something to yourself, you know,
Absolutely.
because that's
Yes.
where it starts. And then once you keep your word to yourself, everybody else will start respecting you because they're like, yo, she keeps her word to herself. She's going to keep her word to me. You just show that. But I feel like, listen, entrepreneurship, business ownership is not easy. You cannot, I know that there's a lot of things on social media. Oh, millionaire overnight. And I ate this cookie and I'm a millionaire. And look at me
Hmm.
with a new car and
Yep.
I'm selling. And then you see them a year later and they're in bankruptcy or they're not even doing the same thing anymore. And it's like, wait, I thought you was really good. What happened? So I feel like realistically is this, it's going to be difficult for you to be your own boss, but it will be difficult for you to work for somebody else. So you choose your difficult, right? If you want to
Absolutely.
work for somebody else and you want to deal with that difficultness, you deal with that. If you want to work for yourself, just understand you have to be structured. You have to be disciplined when you're working for yourself because you have to show up when nobody, you're not going to have a supervisor saying, hey, did you
Hey.
show up to this
Yeah.
meeting? But you
Nope.
know what you will have? You will have your future self saying, dang, I should have went to that meeting. Cause look, then you see other people, like, the FOMO thing, the fear of missing out. I used to have
Yeah.
that a lot. Oh no, I went to every network because I felt like that was part of my job. My job
Absolutely.
was to market, my job was to build partnerships. That was my job. And even though I wasn't getting paid, like, I knew that I was doing this for my future self. My future self was going to be grateful that I showed up. And that's what I would always say. Till this day, there's days, listen, this month, March, was one of the hardest months for me, I feel like, in business. We had a bunch of members that got dropped from Medicare for no reason. We had to show proof that these members were still alive, and it was just like a big mess. And these members, they need medication. They need to be able to go to the hospital. And here we are trying to fight this, so
Mm-hmm.
we got all of them reinstated and look at that, but it was hard, and
Yeah.
so I could have easily said, you know what, this is too hard for me. This
Uh-huh.
is too much stress. No, I kept showing up. I kept my confidence, my guide is God. When I feel like lost within myself, when I feel lost that I don't have the right answers for my members, for my clients, for my partners, I pray. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
God, you're my business partner. I don't know what to tell these people. I need you to come through. I need you to give me the wisdom. I need you to tell me what to say. And literally, I stay quiet for a little bit, and then something comes in. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I needed to
That's
know.
it.
But God he's my business partner. He's my associate.
I love that. So, what would you advise someone that is thinking, right, of doing their own thing, that's in that entrepreneur mindset, that wants to start something, but is too afraid, or they feel like maybe they're doubting themselves as to, I don't know if I should do it or not. What would be your advice?
I would say to maybe write down like a list of reasons why you want to do this. And then write down situations that the reason why this may not work. And then once you have those two things, are the whys more than what happens if it doesn't work? Because at the end of the day, it may not work. If it's your first business, I'm going to be really honest. If it's your first business, it may not work. And that's okay. You're going to
Yep.
learn something from it. And you're going to take that and you're going to apply it to your next business. And that business may do a little bit better, but it may not work. And then what you're going to do, you're going to get the information that you learned from these first two businesses and you're going to apply it to the next one. And that one might work. You get what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Yes.
So what I would say is create your reasons why. And the reason why is so important to create your reasons why is because when you understand your why, when you start getting your no's from people, like, I'm not interested. Oh, that's not good. Oh, I don't want that. Or that's so whack. Or there's a million breads in the bread aisle and still every bread gets a customer, right?
Exactly.
So what I would say is when you have your whys so that you understand your reason why you're doing this. And when the world gets loud trying to tell you that it's not going to work, you go back and you read your why. Your why is going to give you that strength every time to keep going forward,
Absolutely.
And sometimes you'll have people that say, oh, I don't think that's going to work out because I tried this and it didn't work out. That's their experience. You're not them. Okay. Maybe it didn't work out for them because they're not you.
Mm-hmm.
You have something inside of you. You have your secret sauce. That's what I say. Everybody has their own. I'm not for everybody. Me right here, I am very well aware that I am not for everybody because I am a lot of energy. I am a lot of hypeness. I am a lot. And I love that about me.
Exactly.
I will never change.
No.
So the people that are for me, they love that about me too. But for some people, if I sit with them for 30 minutes, they get a migraine. They can't be around me because I'm a lot, And I understand that. And I'm like, so those people, they could have people that are like them. And there's clients for everybody. The sun comes out for everybody. When you understand that your true competition is just yourself, becoming better than what you were yesterday, I feel like understanding your why, understanding the reasons why it may not work, and tackle those reasons ahead of time. If you're thinking that it's not going to work because you don't have a network, go out and network. If you're thinking it's not going to work because you don't have connections, go out and present yourself, create letters and send those letters. Listen, most cities, like here in the city of Tulsa, we have an SBA, which is Small Business Association. In our city of Tulsa website, there's a list of about 258 contacts of business owners. These are people that have made $3 million to $5 million in the past 5 years. Okay. They have all the information on there on the SBA. Introduce yourself to all those people. That's 258 companies that could be using your service from one way or another. Yes. You see what I'm saying? So
Great
find
advice.
those find the directories, reach out. Don't be sad like, oh, I reached out, but nobody reaches back out. Okay, this comes from my HR background. When you apply for a job, you're the one that has to follow up about your application. You're the one that needs the job, right?
Yeah.
HR gets 100 applications for one job, right? They're going to pick AI, not even a human. Most times AI is going to be the one that's going to sort the resumes and they're going to pick the winning resumes. And those winning resumes are the ones that are presented to the HR personnel, right? So if you're looking for a job and you need this job, you're the one that needs it. You're the one that's looking for it. Call Call, be persistent, be disciplined, be determined. This is for you. You need this. They don't need you. You need them. Same thing for your connects. They don't need you. You need them, right? So listen, we do the East Tulsa Senior Community Festival here in Tulsa. The first time we did it, it was 113 people. We did it in 6 weeks, okay? The second time we did it last year, we had 6 months to plan. We had over 350 participants. It is now considered the largest senior festival in Tulsa.
Excellent.
This year, we're doing it again, right?
Excellent.
When I'm asking for sponsorship, when I'm asking for vendors, I am persistent because I need them to say yes, or I need them to say no so that I can move forward to the next, right? But don't feel bad if they don't reach back out. Reach back out again. Hey, I'm trying to connect with you. I'm trying to have a virtual coffee. I know you're busy. Let's connect via Zoom. Let's have a virtual coffee. I want to know what you do. I want to connect with you. I want to see how we can work together, how we can collaborate. Don't be afraid to reach out, So if you feel like if you want to create a business, create your whys, and then create the reasons why you possibly think that it cannot work, and then start working on that.
Excellent advice. That's great, Abby. Really, really good advice.
That's how I live my life. It's my truth.
I know. Yes, it is your truth. Absolutely. And I am so happy that you took the time to be here with me today. Before we finish this episode, I do have some fun questions to ask you to kind of leave it on the light note.
Okay.
If you were to tell entrepreneurs, hey, listen, you need to read this book. This is going to change your life, type of thing. I know there's so many. I know. But one that comes to mind, what would you think for somebody that's starting this journey? What you think it would be one of those books?
Never Eat Alone.
Never Eat Alone? Ooh, and they could find that in
Here, let me show you. I have it right here.
Okay. It's okay.
Okay, here we go. Never eat alone. And it goes back to your network. Your network is your net worth. Who you know are the people that are going to connect you to your crowd, to your clients, right? So the never eat alone strategy is when you have lunch, always have lunch with someone. Like say, hey, I would like to have lunch with you. Have at least 3 days of a week. And I think you've seen me do this a lot on Facebook. Like I'll save my one-on-ones. And that's part of this. I learned that through this. So the process of this is, if you want to connect, let's say you want to connect with an organization, you find the person that is kind of like in the middle of the organization, not on the top, not in the bottom, like in the middle. And then you just genuinely ask them, hey, I would like to get to know you. I would like to get to know what you do. Once you get that, that's a green light right there. Because once you build that rapport, now you can say, hey, I have this event going on. I would love for you to connect me with whoever's the person that's over events in this business. Okay. They'll connect you because now you took them out to lunch. You build a rapport. You gave them something, and now they can give you something back. So you always want to offer something first to those people that you need something from. So offer them a coffee, offer them a lunch, offer something first. So then they're willing to sit with you and give you what you need.
Excellent.
It's all exchange. You got to remember that business is all about exchange. What can I get from you? And they're looking at you that way. So you cannot feel bad because this is business, okay? It is not about money hungry. This is business. This is how business has been done from the beginning of time. You have to build relationships, build rapport, and that rapport often opens up those right doors. But it's building those relationships. So this book right here for all the new entrepreneurs will give you very good tips on networking and building relationships.
Love it. Thank you. And what is one of your biggest flex as a woman-owned, Latina, beautiful person that you are? What is one of your biggest flex?
That I have 2 kids that think I'm a pretty cool mom. I think that is the biggest flex. Yeah, my son and my daughter, them loving me, them seeing me be a hustler. I've inspired them to be entrepreneurs in their own ways. Like Xavier started doing Uber Eats in between his job and school, and Ari, as you know, she sells bracelets. She does like the bracelets. She started doing nails. She cut my hair the other day. So she's learning. So I tell my kids, it's always so important for you to understand different skills.
Absolutely.
Because if you have a job and the job is not working out, you can always have something else to fall back on. So I think having 2 kids that think I'm pretty cool and I've been able to leave a good imprint in them is my biggest flex.
Oh, I love that. Yes.
Yeah. And I have a husband
And
that still loves me after 21 years. That's fabulous.
that is a flex. And one word to describe this journey that you're in right now. Just one word.
One word. Can I put two together?
Yeah.
Roller
Sure.
coaster. That's what it is. You'll
That
have your
that does make
highs, you'll
sense.
have
Yeah.
your lows, but it's a thrill the whole way through.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Abby. I
Thank
love your
you.
content on Facebook, Instagram. Make sure I'm gonna go ahead and put the links to your Instagram and Facebook and your
Okay. Thank
companies
you.
out. Absolutely in YouTube. So if anybody wants to follow you and see what you're all about in your businesses, I mean, you're incredible, and you're definitely. I'm so happy that I had you here today to talk to us.
I'm so excited. Thank you so much for having me. And I'm so proud of you. Everybody subscribe, send this to everybody that you know. Let's boost this page. I love this. I love this.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Abby. Um,
Thank you.
God bless, and okay, until next time.